On March 10, 2026, the sky over Indiana turned a menacing gray, the kind of color that makes you stop and look up, uneasy. The air felt charged, thick with anticipation, as if the land itself was holding its breath. Over the open farmland, a powerful storm system gathered strength, swirling and building with every passing minute. Meteorologists had warned of severe weather, but few could have predicted the sheer intensity that was about to unfold. In Lake Village, a small community of just 700 people, the atmosphere grew tense. Neighbors exchanged worried glances, radios crackled with urgent updates, and everyone sensed that something dangerous was coming their way. By 7 p.m., the unimaginable happened. A monstrous tornado descended from the churning clouds, its funnel twisting violently as it touched down. The roar was deafening, like a freight train barreling through the heart of town, shaking the ground and rattling windows miles away. In a matter of minutes, homes and businesses were reduced to chaos and destruction. Walls crumbled, roofs were torn away, and familiar streets became unrecognizable under piles of debris. Families rushed to basements or huddled in bathrooms, clutching loved ones and praying for safety as the storm raged overhead. The sound of wind tearing at the walls was relentless, and the fear was palpable as entire structures were leveled in seconds. Suddenly, the power cut out, plunging the town into total darkness. The only light came from flashes of lightning, illuminating the chaos outside as the storm continued its rampage. When the roar finally faded, an eerie silence settled over Lake Village. It was a silence filled with shock, disbelief, and the overwhelming realization of devastation. Survivors emerged from their shelters to a world transformed. Homes were gone, streets were blocked by fallen trees and twisted metal, and the lives they knew had been upended in an instant. From above, the tornado's path was unmistakable, a wide, jagged scar carved straight through the heart of Lake Village. It was a wound that would take years, if not decades, to fully heal. The peaceful evening had been shattered in an instant, replaced by the sounds of splintering wood, shattering glass, and the cries of those searching for loved ones amid the wreckage. For those caught in the tornado's path, it was a desperate fight for survival. Neighbors pulled each other from the rubble, offering comfort and aid even as they faced their own losses. As the first responders arrived, the community began the long process of recovery. The night of terror was over, but the journey to rebuild lives and homes had only just begun. Lake Village would never be the same. The scars left behind were not just on the land, but in the hearts of everyone who lived through the storm. In the immediate aftermath of the tornado, survey teams from the National Weather Service moved swiftly into the affected areas, working alongside local emergency officials to assess the full extent of the devastation. Their job was not only to document the damage, but also to piece together the story of the storm's incredible force. After careful analysis, the tornado was rated an EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale, indicating wind speeds of up to 165 miles per hour. This level of intensity is capable of causing severe destruction, and the evidence was everywhere. Entire homes were reduced to piles of rubble, their walls and roofs torn away in seconds. Massive trees, some decades old, were snapped clean in half, while sturdy power poles were splintered and thrown aside like matchsticks. The human toll was heartbreaking. Tragically, 2 elderly residents lost their lives in the storm, a sobering reminder of nature's unpredictability and power. Fewer than 10 others were injured, thanks in part to early warnings and the quick actions of neighbors and first responders who rushed to help those in need. This tornado was just one part of a much larger outbreak, spawned by a powerful, long-track supercell thunderstorm. Meteorologists tracked this storm for hours as it carved a path of destruction across the region, producing multiple tornadoes and leaving communities on high alert. Among the hardest hit was Lake Village, where entire neighborhoods were left unrecognizable. The destruction here was some of the worst seen in years. First responders described the aftermath as total devastation. Familiar landmarks that once defined the community were simply gone, erased in a matter of minutes. Houses that had stood for generations were now nothing more than bare foundations and empty lots, a stark reminder of the tornado's overwhelming strength. The sheer force of the tornado was evident in every twisted piece of metal, every shattered beam of wood, and every mangled vehicle left in its wake. As residents surveyed the transformed landscape, they faced the daunting task of rebuilding. Not just their homes, but their sense of community in the face of nature's raw and unpredictable power. Lake Village became ground zero for the tornado's fury. Emergency crews arrived to a scene resembling a war zone. Homes flattened, belongings scattered, and infrastructure crippled. Power poles snapped, roads blocked by debris, and the Family Dollar store, a community hub, was flattened. Darkness enveloped the town, broken only by lightning and flashlights as survivors navigated the wreckage. Sirens pierced the night as rescuers searched for the injured. Families wandered through ruins, searching for pets and mementos. The tornado destroyed not just buildings, but a sense of security and normalcy. Neighbors comforted each other amid the devastation. For Lake Village's 700 residents, March 10th marked a painful turning point. The journey to rebuild their town had only just begun. The tornado was born from a powerful long-track supercell thunderstorm, a rotating monster capable of producing multiple tornadoes. On that Tuesday, atmospheric conditions were perfect for severe weather, warm, moist air at the surface, strong winds aloft. The supercell triggered the year's first tornado emergency as it passed over Knox, Indiana, underscoring the extreme danger. It was first confirmed on the ground in Kankakee, Illinois, giving Indiana officials a crucial warning. The storm maintained its strength, unleashing its fury on Lake Village. Beyond tornadoes, the supercell dropped large hail, damaging vehicles in nearby communities. This outbreak was a classic example of how volatile weather can unleash widespread destruction. The supercell's path was a testament to nature's raw power. As the tornado passed, first responders rushed into Lake Village, facing blocked roads and dangerous debris. Navigating in darkness, they braved downed power lines and leaking gas, risking their own safety to search for survivors. Some firefighters had lost their own homes, yet worked tirelessly to help others. Their dedication was heroic, searching house by house, providing medical care, and bringing order to chaos. Their calm presence reassured survivors that help had arrived. The flashing lights of emergency vehicles became a beacon of hope. These first responders embodied the community's resilience. Their efforts were vital in the immediate aftermath. In Lake Village's darkest hours, they were the first step toward recovery. Amid the destruction, stories of survival emerged, none more dramatic than at the Family Dollar store. 2 employees were trapped inside as the building collapsed into a tangled mess. Rescue crews, alerted to their plight, carefully searched the unstable rubble in darkness. After a tense effort, both employees were found alive and uninjured, a miraculous outcome. Their rescue was a powerful victory against the storm's fury. It became a symbol of hope for the entire community. The bravery of the employees and the determination of rescuers inspired everyone. News of their survival lifted spirits in a devastated town. Even in tragedy, Lake Village found reasons to hope. The low number of fatalities was thanks to timely warnings. Advance notice from the National Weather Service and local officials gave residents precious minutes to seek shelter. Tornado sirens, live news coverage, and proactive storm spotters created a robust safety net. People moved to basements and safe rooms, which protected them from deadly debris. The Lake Village tornado became a case study in the life-saving power of modern warning systems. Heeding alerts made all the difference. Warnings truly saved lives that night. While Lake Village suffered the worst, the tornado's path stretched 50 miles across 5 Indiana counties. The supercell's trail of destruction included downed trees, damaged farms, and widespread power outages. Communities in Southern Lake, Jasper, Starkey, Porter, and LaPorte counties all felt the storm's impact. Some areas took direct hits, others endured high winds and hail. Emergency response was complicated by the storm's wide reach. Utility crews faced miles of downed lines and thousands without power. The event was a stark reminder that tornadoes are rarely isolated. Coordinated response was essential across the region. In the aftermath of the tornado, shelter and care became urgent needs for families left homeless and vulnerable. Many residents found themselves with nowhere to go, their homes reduced to piles of rubble and memories. The sense of loss was overwhelming, but the community's determination to recover was already taking root. The American Red Cross quickly opened an emergency shelter at North Newton High School, transforming the gym into a safe haven. Here, families could find not only a roof over their heads, but also warm meals, clean water, and a sense of security. Volunteers worked tirelessly to make everyone feel welcome and cared for, providing comfort in a time of chaos. The shelter soon became a hub for the community, a place where neighbors could regroup, share stories, and begin the slow process of healing together. People leaned on each other, finding strength in shared experience and hope in small acts of kindness. Volunteers and counselors recognized the deep trauma endured by survivors. They offered emotional support, listening to stories of loss and fear, and helping families process the shock. Mental health support became just as vital as food and shelter, as people struggled to come to terms with what they had lived through. Aid groups distributed essential supplies, bottled water, food, blankets, and hygiene kits to help residents through the first difficult days. These resources were a lifeline, ensuring that basic needs were met while families began to plan their next steps. Cleanup efforts began almost immediately, but the scale of destruction meant the process would take weeks or even months. Insurance adjusters and disaster assistance teams arrived to assess the damage, helping families navigate the complex road to rebuilding their lives. Community leaders worked around the clock to secure funding and resources for rebuilding. Town hall meetings brought residents together to discuss plans, share updates, and voice concerns, ensuring everyone had a role in shaping the recovery. Neighbors helped neighbors, clearing debris and salvaging what they could. Volunteers poured in from nearby towns, offering hands, tools, and encouragement. The outpouring of support showed the true strength of the community. Even in the face of devastation, the spirit of Lake Village remained unbroken. Smiles and hope could be seen among the ruins as people looked forward to rebuilding together. With resilience, compassion, and unwavering support, the town began the long road to recovery, one day at a time, determined to restore not just buildings but the heart of their community.